Alright, so, I don't remember what this episode's called, actually, but alright, so we just got done watching Sailor Moon Season 1, Episode 45, is that right?
Yeah.
This episode, I believe, actually was called something along the lines of, The Sailors Die, which is crazy, right? That's like, it's interesting that they'd front load, right? Front load the episode with something like, all the sailors die. All the sailors die. Now this episode picks up after one of the more intense episodes, being the last episode, which was sort of loaded with what would you say, exposition and expectation. What is it called?
The sailor Senshi died. So you weren't...
The sailors Senshi die.
Yeah.
The tragic final battle, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
But this is not really the final battle, but this is the final battle.
Well,
spoilers
it's a
for the episode.
cliffhanger. You know?
Yeah. But spoilers for the episodes ahead, but all the sailors die except for Sailor Moon. They all die. They sincerely die.
Yeah, but at the beginning of the episode, right back to the top...
They front-loaded it.
They front-loaded it, but, I mean, you know, Usagi-chan's making a meal, and, you know, she essentially, it's about presentation. No, it's not about presentation. It's just about how it tastes, so, yeah.
So
that's how I kind of cook.
For, you know, probably how the audience reacts to the sailors. Sure, they might be pretty, but it's what's on the inside that counts.
But it was too spicy.
It was too spicy.
Yeah.
Sometimes a meal might look delicious, and on the inside you're going to get a little bit too much zest.
And what was the deal with the furry sailors?
So furry sailors?
So is that what that was?
Yeah, the Dark Kingdom, Queen Beryl's saying something along the lines of, we were established last episode, there's the Queen Metalia. The Queen Metalia, which is... the Queen Metalia, which is like the spirit of evilness,
the evil spirit
that's kind of possesses the whole Dark Kingdom and fuels it, but that the real physical manifestation of that queen is about to come through, or of that energy. I personally believe that will be through maybe Endy Mion, Tuxedo Mask, character, but we will see.
Yeah, and Tuxedo Mask actually. So there's a shot of him. The shot of him floating up like this. And like, you know, with his
Let's establish. So the episode opens, all the sailors get together.
Where the
Luna
set was.
Luna has like, you know, sort of these bandages. I thought this was I mean, it's not funny, but I thought it was funny. The cat with the like arm bandages is kind of cute, you know. Like, and it wasn't, you know, like, you know, I've seen dogs and cats with like casts and stuff. That makes sense, but it had like, you know, the sort of like wrapped around kind of thing. I thought that.
You think it was cute?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cute because it's a cat, right? And, you know, the cat got injured. You know, I don't know. I would have loved to have actually seen Usagi caring for Luna's wounds.
So where are they going?
They're going to the D point of the North Pole.
Oh yeah, because that's
and they hammered that home.
That's where
that's where they were. They're at the D point of the North Pole. That's where the Dark Kingdom's secret hideout is located.
That must be why it's the D point. It's the Dark Kingdom.
Somehow they go through a cave in Tokyo.
They just end up there, you know, whatever. They ended up there. But Tuxedo Mask was floating, and I thought he just looked like, because of his hair and everything, looked like Chris Angel or something. And I'm a big Chris Angel fan.
Yeah.
Seen almost every episode, so I thought that was cool. You know, maybe he took some inspiration in his outfit from Tuxedo Mask. I think that's not a stretch. It's a big show, popular show, Sailor Moon. So wouldn't doubt it.
Chris Angel seems like the kind of guy that would be
kind of
Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Mind freak.
Yeah, and so then I guess basically this is right when the sailors start dying, and we start with Sailor Jupiter, and when she died, I was like, whoa, you know.
Yeah, kind of.
When she died, I went, whoa.
Kind of too, yeah.
And I was like, shit. Oh, sorry. I mean, that's how I felt.
Like,
that's how I felt though.
Yeah.
Like I felt like that's how strong I felt when she died, but. Yeah, so then she dies, and Usagi's immediately the most emotional.
The crybaby.
Yeah, she's the crybaby. But you know, Ami-chan, my favorite Sailor Mercury. I've established that she's my favorite. She just slaps Usagi and just tells her, you know, that Sailor Jupiter can't have died for nothing. So
yeah, she almost seems kind of pleasantly, you know, enjoying the death of her friend, just because she knows that maybe this is what we all got to go through, but it's for a great cause, which is true. It's for the cause of humanity as a whole, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to save the day. And this is, obviously this is the highest stakes episode. This is them really getting into the Dark Kingdom. We have all these sailors die.
Yeah.
We've lost the entire
That's the name
cast.
of the episode. I don't get why the name of the episode is always a spoiler. It's kind of weird.
It's just to get people to tune in. Week to week.
And as soon as
you're like, oh, this definitely isn't a filler episode.
And I, as soon as I read that title, I was like, I know the trend of the episode. Each sailor's gonna die one by one. It's not gonna be
some kind of horror.
Not a mass. It's not gonna. They're not all gonna
go at once.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be one of those. And obviously, with Sailor Moon being the last, but she doesn't actually.
I love that they chose. They took out Ray last though, which I really liked because it let the the sort of conflict between Ray and Sailor Moon come to an interesting conclusion. And she says to Ray says to Sailor Moon, before I go in, I want you to know that we bickered a lot, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
There was always fun.
I thought that was really nice.
It was always fun fighting evil.
Yeah. It was always fun fighting evil.
By moonlight.
Winning love by daylight.
But Usagi proves to be loyal when she says, she tries to tell Ray to go home because she doesn't want to see Ray die.
Yeah.
And
Ray's
she's being
well,
emotional,
no.
and then that's when she says, we've had some good times, we fought evil by moonlight, and but then she's kind of essentially sacrifices herself.
Yeah. Poor Yuichiro.
Yuichiro's going to be devastated. But that's not, we'll probably get the sailors back. We always get them back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be a bit of a, predictor here. We're not really a fan theory kind of show. What is this?
No.
You ever heard of this new show, Rick and Morty?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of jokes. And
yeah,
there's a lot of
fan theory videos on this. Yeah,
lots of fan theories.
Yeah, and that's not really our thing.
I'm not into the overanalyzing of that kind of,
Yeah, just overanalyzing in general, all these obsessive fans, doing all their crazy reviews and write-ups and stuff, and it's just
silly.
Like, come on, get it together. What a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. Ray is
she's a strong.
Ray is pardon me, but I must say she is a badass.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. She is absolutely a badass.
And I think
all these other sailors early on, they were kind of one and done. They did their thing. They beat one of the. So we forgot to mention this real quick. I'm gonna go take a step back.
I didn't mean Ray is such.
She's a BA.
Yeah, I can only say it once,
absolutely.
But I just felt like I had to.
Yeah.
She blew me away at the end with her fire soul.
Oh, it was beautiful. Yeah,
beautiful.
We'll get to that though. I wanted to go back to, as you said before, the sailor furries. You said.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been to a lot of anime conventions.
Yeah, I understand. Me too. I've seen it. I've seen the culture.
Yeah.
And I got some friends that are into that stuff.
Yeah.
And more power to them. Let your freak flag fly, my friends.
Yeah.
So they're parallel demon soldiers, parallel demon sailors is what I wrote.
Mm.
So they all kind of parallel. You don't get much character out of these Yumas, but they are very strong, very powerful.
Yeah.
And they have sort of these gems in their foreheads that if you shatter, which is also similar to one of my personal favorite shows.
Yeah.
Steven Universe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that right
now. But so
we'll save that for another day.
With the Yumas, in the early episodes, they would establish almost their own character, or they would establish their own character, whereas these last episodes focus less on the character of a Yuma and more so on the, the fighting, I guess you could say. Like, the art is impeccable and what they're doing is crazy, and the Yumas are just there to, cause a ruckus.
Yeah.
And try and kill these sailors and get the silver
It was
crystal.
kind of nice, despite the fact, as we said, a fan of theory show, but we're going to get this back. It's nice to see, a show where kind of most of the plot points, or most of the sort of action and damage done in the episode is usually reverted back, except for the big, larger MacGuffins like the rainbow crystals and the silver crystal and stuff.
Exactly.
But, when sailors get hurt and stuff or whatever, there's no stakes, really. There's no stakes. But this one we actually see all the sailors in these pitfalls and dying.
Yeah.
Right? So that was nice. That just gives a little bit more whatever.
Give
Even if
some
they come
oomph.
back. I read comic books, still hit ya when we lost Captain America,
Yeah.
Still hit ya when Doc Ock took over Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oof.
That being said, this was a pretty good episode. It paled in comparison to the episode before, because the episode before they've been doubling down on the slightly more psychedelic imagery, as we mentioned, the sort of Lucy in the sky with diamonds.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm sure they were having a little fun with something that, Kiefer mentioned last night. I didn't know that.
A little bit of
a little bit of that stuff that Kiefer, our special guest from the
Our
other
special
night.
guest from season 1, episode 43.
Yeah. Or 44 was it?
It was 43 we had him on.
43 we had him on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he was mentioning something. And I'm sure the creators were on a little bit of that.
That reefer.
Yeah, that.
I should try that stuff sometime, man.
Yeah. I've never tried it, but I mean, if you want, to try it, whatever.
I mean, I think our buddy might have left some behind last night. You know?
Really?
It's a little late at night. I've heard that this stuff makes you sleepy.
I do have trouble falling asleep, especially after, big rating episodes of Sailor Moon. I get way too excited.
This thing works? How do I?
This toy?
This toy, yeah. So I've done some
this
internet
was
research.
Kiefer's.
Yeah, I did some internet research on this stuff. We're getting pretty sidetracked here. Well, you get that thing. We call this a dugout, is what I read. So in one part, the fresh chopped cut marijuana goes in here, in this bigger cylinder, and then the other one you get your one hitter, your little marijuana cigarette pipe.
So this is what he was talking about.
Yeah.
In that girl, his sister.
His sister, yeah. Is that who that was? I don't know.
I don't know.
So
anyway, but that exciting episode.
While you get that going, I wanted to talk about some other stuff though in the episode. So, I was thinking to myself the way that sort of, just now that we've gotten this far into the series, the sort of romance element of the show. So the Yumas in this episode use romantic imagery for the characters with established romances, being Rei, Ami-chan, and Usagi. So Usagi's partner is Tuxedo Mask. Earlier in the show, Tuxedo Mask was interested in Rei, and Rei was interested in Tuxedo Mask, and there was sort of a bit of a love triangle there, which I'm glad it sorted itself out quick, because you could really slow down the plot with that type of sort of distractive nonsense. Like I like a good romance plot, but I don't have as much time for a long-winded love triangle. Or even your sort of will they won't they kind of thing. I like that there's the they will in Sailor Moon now because of the sort of the sort of parallel forces of the Moon Kingdom people and Earth people, and them sort of having their memories kind of hazy and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is that basically the volume of love within the series, right? is insane, and I'm saying I hope one day to love and to be loved as much as the sailors love one another, as much as Sailor Moon loves Tuxedo Mask or Endymion, and as much as Endymion loves Usagi, and how much Usagi's a true mother, Queen Serenity, loves everything, and how the sailors are willing to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. That kind of love,
Yeah.
Not this superficial Facebook status love, right?
Facebook. Hey, Facebook status love.
I hate Facebook.
I hate Facebook. Man, I do hate. Man, this stuff's strong.
Are you
isn't
gonna
it?
try this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I just did. That's why I'm chuckling
just did?
so hard. It's crazy.
Did you just
stuff.
try some stuff?
This is crazy. I mean, I gave it a smell. This is enough to do it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Is there anything
I'm
in here?
feeling crazy.
Is there anything in here?
Should be.
So yeah, this is a great episode though, Sailor Moon. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry we got a little sidetracked there. But I think, all in all, I think we hit some interesting points. So Sailor Moon's going to be tackling the big bad guy at the end of this one, which appears to be a Endymion sort of.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, I'm so excited.
All right,
But I am, and
how do I get this
we'll
thing
see
out?
in the next one.
How do I get this thing out?
I think that just looks like a cigarette.
Hold on. Give this a shot. What is this stuff again? What are they? There's lots of slang for this stuff. Sailor rock.
Sailor. Well, they just call it Sailor Moon down under.
Sailor Moon down under. Hey, thanks for watching.